What's up, everybody? This is Puro, Panico everywhere I go, and today I want to continue with the stories.
Every good man needs a good gun.
Here we have Valhein. Valhein, at the eastern Gobi Desert, the demon hunters, led by Valhein, had already been journeying in the enemy territory for weeks. The Allied army worked in two routes, in the north and south. It sent their main forces to the front in a desperate attempt to take out two major enemy contingents. The strategy proposed by Thane, the commander-in-chief of the Allied army, was undoubtedly the one that would end the war the quickest. But it also meant that when Murad burst in, bringing news on the unrest in the eastern desert area, there was not a single troop to spare in the whole alliance that could help him. In the end, the Federation of the Free, the Norman Kingdom, and the Council had to each send some men to form a legion of new demon hunters, which would be in charge of the honorable task of taking out the newfound enemies, instead of following the footsteps of their predecessors in the history books and clearing out troublesome invaders at the rear of the army. This flexible and speedy group was destined to step onto the battlefield themselves. We have a huge disadvantage in numbers. However, we have kept a low profile while the enemies are out there being obvious targets, and we have more elite fighters on our side. We shall have the upper hand if we take the initiative to attack instead of defend, Valhein, the deputy commander of the demon hunters, surmised after a quick analysis of the battlefield reports. According to him, though the demon hunters were a skilled bunch with excellent equipment, they were still not a regular tactical troop. After all, if their plan was to head deep into the enemy territory with very few supplies, advanced equipment would in fact be cumbersome. The strategy proposed by Valhein was supported by all at the military meeting. Violet, his former commander turned ranger, was supportive of his ideas as well. So that clumsy, wide-eyed boy was grown into an outstanding commander, eh? Violet joked. Seeing that the elder was the only one left in the tent, Valhein finally relaxed. Breathing a sigh of relief and rubbing his cheeks, it was his way of de-stress. And Violet, his longtime partner in crime, knew this only too well. It's difficult, to keep such a great team running, says Violet. She was serious now, voice soft and soothing, as if she was confronting Valhein while questioning herself at the same time. I still have a long way to go before I become as great as you and the old man, Valhein chuckles. Back when you were in charge, you coached us into the best army in the whole Federation and still had time to get manicures and pluck your eyebrows. Now that was something, huh? Shut up. You know very well you'd never had the chance to replace me if I hadn't resigned. Violet laughed, teasing Valhein just a little bit. Ignoring her comment, Valhein continued. Actually, I'm scared. Even though you all agreed with my plan, I'm still worried. The environment is hostile, and we have no backup. If anything happens, we could very well be wiped out. I'm not scared of death, you know that. I've had my will written ever since the day I joined the army, but I don't want my team, my brothers, to lose their lives because of my decisions. They all have families, you know? They're not like us. We have no ties. Don't give yourself too much pressure. You're the commander. Your job is to win the war first and foremost. As for the risks and sacrifices along the way, you don't have full control over those. You never will. You need to learn to accept that. Violet paused, then continued. You've done great since the beginning. Even the old man, or I wouldn't have been able to do better. Thank you, Valhein whispered, for the kind words and for returning to help us. Geez, you sap. Violet slapped Valhein on the back of his head. I'm here for the cash. Valhein lifted his right hand and saluted. It somehow seemed like the right thing to do. He knew that Violet wasn't actually here for the commission. Humans had souls, as did legions. No warrior of the Demon Hunters Legion, retired or not, could ever forget the glory and responsibility that came with the title. That was where the soul of the Legion lay. We do not sleep. The lives of demons we reap. We carry knives. We find those from the abyss and take their lives. We trust our brothers. Together, we take out all others. We are not afraid to die. We hear our war cry, silently chanting the demon hunter pledge of olden times. Valhein let himself soak up the power and courage of the weak humans from 1,000 years ago, when they first faced the terrors that were the demon. Where there is darkness, we fight.
It's Valhein time! compelled.
You have been defeated. An enemy has been defeated. You have defeated an enemy. You have defeated an enemy. An ally has been defeated. An enemy has been defeated. You have defeated a
It's Valhein time.
retreat. You have defeated an enemy. Double kill.
One kill. Begins.
Your tower has been destroyed. You have defeated an enemy. An enemy has been defeated. An ally has been defeated. An enemy has been defeated. Enemy onslaught.
You miss every shot you don't take.
First blood. An ally has been defeated. You have defeated an enemy. Retreat, don't An enemy has been defeated.
Want to listen to my latest EDM album? Don't worry, I got my way.
You have defeated an enemy. Team has destroyed a tower. An ally has been defeated. You have defeated an enemy. An enemy has been defeated. An ally has been defeated. You have defeated an enemy.
Begins.
An enemy has been defeated. Your tower has been destroyed. You have defeated an enemy.
So let me know down in the comments, do you use Valhein? Hit the like button for my style. Share this so we can get the word out. Follow me, because if you're watching this, you are the resistance. So always keep in mind that the end of toxic gaming starts right here with me. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.